Welcome to Car Sales Talk 101, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is. Here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Car Sales Talk 101. I'm Terry Cameron. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Episode 187. Do you believe that? 187 episodes about life in the car business. Man, if I can just put all these episodes on paper, I could have one hell of a book. Probably be a bestseller, especially when I talk about some of the things that can go wrong while a customer is at your dealership. Let's think about a few of those things. Number one, the first thing that can go wrong is you. The customers don't like you. You didn't put on a show. You didn't give them that great first impression. And, they already are dreading having to come in and deal with a salesperson. And if you didn't start this process the right way, there may not be a step two. You might not make it any further. And if you do make it any further, it's probably one of those get-me-dones. 395, 495 credit score that will do absolutely anything and hang out with you as long as they possibly can just to see if you can get them did. So first thing go wrong is you. So how do you fix that? You come to work ready. You come to work, not to wait. Let's move on a little bit further. What else can go wrong in the sales process? Well, next thing that I think of is the product. Either we don't have it or we don't know where it's at. It might be in the shop somewhere, maybe at one of our other locations. We just don't know about it because we didn't take the time to follow up, stop by the other locations, to go online, to walk the lot, and know everything that you have in stock. Not only that, but to know to make sure that it's ready to present. Make sure it has gas. There's no trash in it. Make sure it starts. The product can go wrong. Okay, so let's talk about it again. You can be the first problem that can go wrong. Your product can be the second problem, and they go hand in hand. Really, they go hand in hand. I am tired of hearing of salespeople coming into the sales tower saying, damn thing won't start. I can't believe there's no gas in it. Well, hell, it was a salesperson that drove it and parked it on the line without any gas and left the lights on. So you got to pick up after yourself. You got to be prepared. I mean, that product is a representation of you, just like the building, just like your office. I mean, if there's trash laying around, it doesn't smell good, you got a dead plant on your desk, it doesn't say much for you, does it? So what else can go wrong? Customer says, yes, I'll take it. Then what happens? But they want to go get something to eat. They absolutely love you. They want to go get something to eat, and they'll be back in just a few minutes. Well, if you didn't take care of business in step one and step two, good luck getting them back. It happens more often than not. That be back is so elusive. Trying to get them back once they leave, especially after they're approved, because now they're citizens and they can go anywhere and buy a car. 71% of the people bought because they liked their salesperson. 71% of the people that did not buy said it was because of their salesperson, even if you had the car, truck, or SUV that they wanted. They just went on down the road to the next dealership and tried to find somebody that they liked to deal with, that they trusted, that looked like a professional, that acted like a professional, sounded and was thinking like a professional. Remember, that customer doesn't want to deal with you. They come in with their dukes up because they know what kind of salesperson they're getting ready to run into. But if you're one of those few, the proud, the professional salespeople that greet them properly and follow the process properly, man, you just knock them off the rocker. They're just not used to dealing with people like that. So we got you, we got the product, we got the customer. Those three things can all go wrong, and a whole bunch of things in between. Collecting steps. Okay, what can go wrong? The steps. A lot of times, now let me back up. What I'm talking about steps, if you're new in the business, a stipulation is either a stipulation that the bank or the dealership ask for or demand it to complete the deal. I'm talking about proof of residence, proof of income, award letters, divorce decrees, driver's license, insurance, references, You name it. There's tons of reference or stipulations that are needed for most deals. Now, if you're an 800 credit score customer, then we don't have to worry too much about that stuff because you don't just get to be an 800 by chance. But these other stipulations, it's a problem when the customer calls you or shows up on the lot and they have every stipulation that you can think of with them. They know what they need. What do you do with them? Well, you work the deal. No, good thing is that if they are approved, you have all the stipulations you need. Here's what we can do to help with that problem. Maybe we can let that customer know, based upon the conversation we had with them prior to showing up at the lot, most of them will tell you what type of customer they are. Make sure they bring the stipulations, or at least the bare minimum. They have to have at least a driver's license, at least proof of residence, and proof of income. You have to have that, at least that. So make sure they have that. Now, if we're going to let a customer leave to go get some of these stipulations, the reason we are letting them go and we want them to get them is we think we can probably get the deal done. But once they left the lot, that elusive be-back is going to be tough to get a hold of. Happens too many times. Customers leave and they don't come back. Customers leave and they ghost you, whether they're approved or not. Or actually, especially if they're approved. Like I said before, they became citizens. And hell, if they're approved at your dealership, they might as well stop at the other 3 or 4 that they're going to pass on the way back home or on the way to the restaurant and see what they can get there. Man, if you did all the work and they went somewhere else, shame on you. 71% said they bought because they liked their salesperson. 71% said they didn't buy because they didn't like their salesperson. So what else can go wrong? Well, you name it. After you contract them, the customer didn't get a warranty. And this is what's really funny is when I hear salespeople tell customers, hey, you're not going to have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about getting a warranty. You don't have to worry about getting GAP. Your payments are going to be $250 when we damn sure know they're going to be at least $400. They're doing all that stuff to get them into the box so a professional closer can close them for them. And if you do that, they leave your lot and you're on a pre-owned vehicle. They come back 3 days later, the check engine light's on. Yeah, I know how many of you have seen that. I mean, the check engine light is like automatic. It's going to come on. If the car's got some miles on it, that check engine light or the light of death is going to come on. And what are you going to do about it? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. You should have bought a warranty. I tell customers that all the time. Were you offered a service contract? Yes, I was. Well, why didn't you purchase it? Well, it wasn't in my budget. Well, then there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. But if we let them on and told them they didn't need that warranty, they didn't need that gap, or their payments were going to be so low, then we caused that problem. So what can go wrong? They bring the car back. Their 495 credit scores. Do they care that they're going to bring it back and drop it off? They care about that third repo? Absolutely not. You got to take your sales process and tighten it all up. Go back to the beginning. Greet them properly. Build some rapport. Get them to like you. Do a good presentation, good demonstration. Investigate their wants and needs. Why are they here? Why are they looking at that car? What problem are they trying to get solved? Smile. Talk professionally. No smoking, no joking, no spitting. Do things the right way, and more than not, the right things happen. There's a lot more that can go wrong, but again, most things that go wrong are because of the salesperson or the dealership or the environment. It usually is not the customer. They're just the ones that react, and they usually react negatively. So think about it. If you're going to be new in the car business, do it the right way. If you don't know what it is, listen to this podcast. There's plenty of material out there for you to read and watch. Listen to your managers. If you've been doing this for a while and things just aren't going the way you want, slow down. Start all over. You know how to do it. You just forgot how, or you dropped so many steps that because you thought they weren't important, because you're so skilled now, we don't need to do those things to close the deal. And you've just created a new process. And if we needed a new process, believe me, somebody would have figured it out a long time ago. It ain't broke, so don't fix it. Just shine it up a little bit. Smile a little bit. And be a professional salesperson. Because the sky's the limit. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please rate it and write a review on Apple Podcast. We appreciate your valuable feedback. You can email Terry at 10minutessalestalk@hot.rr.com. And don't forget to share the show with a friend.